So welcome back again. This is just a little bit of an update. Video is going to be over a couple of times. I'm going to be out here doing stuff to this just to fit more into a little bit of an episode. But today, I got some more parts for this little swap. You know, I've been really getting on about getting some stuff ready for this thing. So basically we're going to jump right into it. You know, I got another power steering pump, probably not going to use that, an alternator. Also got another alternator, looks newer, starter, some coils. I got a chassis harness for an Accord. So like we're going to be using mostly Accord like wiring parts and whatnot to get this to run in this. And like since these motors have these pre-cats, you know, we got some pre-cats here. And as I did on my Accord, I did the same thing. Just basically hollow these joints out. You know what I'm saying? Hollow them out. They're big FMF power bombs. I'm going to be funny. I'm going to weld FMF on them. I'm going to put FMF across it, power bomb, just for shits and giggles. And just to make people laugh. As we've seen before, I have the shifter housing, the shift cables, more miscellaneous parts back here, like, you know, fuel rail, all that stuff, intakes, and that stuff of that nature. Obviously the motor, just miscellaneous pieces. Most of the parts I'm pulling out of here, I'm just going to throw in here, and I'm probably just going to sell it on Facebook or whatnot. That's the first little update. You know, the motor's out. I'm going to start pulling more out of here. I'll probably put a little bit of a time lapse after this video here and there or something. We're just going to go through, clean up wire wheel, paint, you know, I mean, get this stuff out of the way. And basically, you know, we're getting this in here, you know. I got the welder on standby. Still need to get the tank filled. I know I said that the other day. I'm going to need probably to figure out how I'm going to get the axle out of that hub. But for now, it'll be all right. But it's going to need to be out of the way by the time I start mocking stuff up, you know. But, yeah, that's basically it. Got a J-Series radiator mounted up in here, kind of low-key. We're going to build some braces that come off of here to here, and the hood should come. So this is the second little update in this video. I'm just digging through the drawers here. I got a fucking mess of some drawers, you know. But found me some transmission bolts. These other three bolt into the transmission. There is some flywheel bolts here. I'm probably not going to use those ones. Those ones are rusty. But yeah, we're getting after. We're going to clean this sucker up, and we're going to get her in there. Might be a little bit hard to hear me. I got the heater going and stuff, but we're getting started on getting this wiring out of this thing. I'm removing the core support so we can start mocking the motor up and stuff. And here we are. Alrighty, so we got the front of the car here torn apart. Looks a little bit different than before, huh? We're gonna get after getting this bay cleaned up and everything out of the way. And simplify everything. Alright, so we're gonna get started with a piece of cardboard here, and we're gonna map out what we need to make here. So I got me a cardboard template made here. We're gonna pick up these bolts on this transition mount here, these two. All right, so boom. I'd say that is gonna be our template right there. You know what I'm saying? Boom. Gonna pick these two bolts up. I'm gonna cut this out of the way. Pick these two bolts up there. Now we got our cardboard template. This is the piece of material we're gonna use. I don't know if I should just start with this side that's already got the piece cut out. I decided we're going to start with this side here, and you know, We're just going to cut her a little bit long, just so I have extra. Yeah, there's the first cut. We're gonna get this piece out of the way. Yeah, there it is. All right, so there's our piece. Just one last cut through that some, John. And we're gonna slide this on the frame rail, see how that fits. Like that. A little bit of fabrication, and she bolts in there now. All right, well, we're removing these mounts. So we got some stuff cut up. As you've seen, you know, I'm building that mount, but now we got this thing mocked up in here, kind of. Definitely need to, you know, motor needs to come this way a little bit, but essentially right there is going to be mint. That would be most ideal, you know, give or take like an inch or two this way. All right, so here's mock-up number one. You know, we're clearing the rail down there and stuff. I might move the motor to the left a little bit, but as of now, we're pretty darn close to where we want to be. And approximately 30 minutes later, and a phone charger, we are getting very close to where we want to be. All right, so here's another little update on the Civic. Started getting after pulling this dash out of this thing today. Got me a little helper here, you know, because I can't get up underneath the dash like that. So we got him up underneath the dash, getting a couple screws out. And from what I'm thinking, this thing's gonna come out. So basically there's a bolt up underneath here, 2 bolts on this side, 2 screws there, a bolt here, a bolt there, a bolt there, a bolt down there, a bolt down there, 2 more on that side. You got to pull these out too to get that out, you know. Boom. So yeah, the dash is ready to plop out. And just like that, we got that Johnny out.
See the boys now treated like I brought my phone or something. I was young with the fun, getting it like I'm grown or something. Confident, some might call it cocky, ain't got shit to hide.
Alright guys, so here's another little update on the car. I don't know if I'm gonna put the video in or after me stripping the dash out and stuff, but basically here's another little update on this. So went today, grabbed some spindles, you know. Had to grab the right spindles because these are off a CRV for the spline. The pilot spindles ended up being 30 spline and I needed 28. Obviously these are, you know, way smaller. You know, I got the motor set down in there right now, but yeah, here is the gutted inside of the car. I still need to go back through the harness and you know, get the whole harness like stripped down, just so there's a plug for the lights and like headlights, tail lights and stuff like that. And yeah, got that all tore apart. Went and sold the motor that was actually in this thing to someone off of Facebook. And here is our transmission that is gonna be in this joint. So yeah, that's basically it. We got you know, mobilizer harness and stuff and all that. I have a little bit of the engine harness ran through that. Obviously this meets up to the J series motor harness, and yeah, basically. So yeah, I just wanted to, you know, touch base, show you guys, you know, I'm getting this stuff going, getting stuff together. And yeah, the front of the Civic is gonna be 5-lug now. So luckily I have some wheels. I just got to get some tires, or take the 15-inch tires off of these rims and put them on there, because as you can see, that one's showing wires and that one's showing wires. Those are my only other 5-lug wheels I have. Those are usually just the spares for you know, my Accord for the rear, because I have to run a 17 on the front because of the oversized brakes. But more or less, this is just a video checking in on all this stuff. And yeah. All right, here we are again. Honda, the power of dreams. You know, I'm about to pop this this here off, and we're gonna make sure the timing's all in spec. I got another timing belt for it. Also got these CRV spindles. So we are not we are not 4-lug anymore. I got them used. They're cheap. The wheel bearings feel good. The ball joints, they're not as good, but luckily, like I just said, the parts store around here was just closing down. So went and got some new calipers for an 03 CRV for both sides. 03 CRV spindles. That one's a little bit more rusty. I mean, real life, I need to get it together and running so I can know what parts are weak and what parts aren't. You know, so it's definitely going to stop good. Just got to get a set of pad and rotors for that. We're about to open up the timing cover here. I got another belt. I got some spark plugs. I'll show you guys a little bit of an overview of what I got from the parts store. I don't know if I took any videos. I haven't really been being as active for the last couple of days with doing this. Been more or less running around trying to get, you know, everything situated and get the parts I need, because I had a lot of stuff, you know. I had a lot of it, and you know, that helped, but the stuff I didn't have, I needed to go get some of, you know. And like, I just had to do a little research, see what axles were the same, you know, the same outer shaft spline, you know, because some of them, most of the K series are the same as the J series axles. Like the Accord to the K series Civics and stuff, yes, but like the lengths are different. But at the same time, you know, the Elements, the CRV, the Honda Civic Si, those all have like the style spindle that I needed to use. Instead of being like a whole spindle where there's a top ball joint, bottom ball joint, the shock works as the top, like the upper control arm, essentially, if you want to look, you know. So the upper control arm is basically the strut. So I still got the old coil in there too, because like I'm gonna paint the parts and stuff before I do like the final, like, you know, take it to the car show. I'm definitely gonna like make it look nice, you know, let people know I actually took my time with this thing. And like, I don't know, I've kind of like got the process moving pretty fast. You know, it's been like 2 weeks, and like we're already this far 2 weeks in, you know. And like, I'm only out here by myself. Like, I had little Timmy helping me. He helped me pull the dash out and stuff. It's just cool to do stuff with the kids. Like, he likes working on stuff. So like, you know, just motivating the next generation of people. So I still have to go get a dash harness and stuff from, basically, I'm just going to trick this car into thinking it's a Accord, you know. If I put the Accord harness in there, Accord ECU, all that, and then I'll probably have to get the fuel pump, like, you know, fuel pump wiring from the center plug that's in the dash to the ECU, all that stuff. But luckily, next Monday, the pull-apart that's by me is doing a fill a barrel. So I could go fill a barrel up with wiring harnesses and the axles that I need and all that stuff. Like, the only downfall to me trying to find the axles, I have to get it from a TL because my half shaft I have over there is a 29 spline on the female end, you know. So it's a 29 in the transmission, which that's what the Accord's driver axle is on its end. But the Accord's half shaft axle, that's the passenger side axle, is a 27. And the TL has a 29. You know, they just made it a straight shaft, made it easy. I don't know why Honda designed it differently like that. Maybe so you couldn't just directly swap your Honda parts in, and they wanted to trick you if you didn't have the axle. But, you know, we're getting along at it. Like I said, I'm about to open this timing cover up and look in here and make sure everything looks healthy. So ball just dropped its New Year's and stuff. We got some used axles and whatnot. I got another half shaft. It fits in the transmission, so now we got two half shafts, you know. Got one half shaft there, one half shaft here. We got a driver's axle, brand new, paid $25 for that joint. We got one here. I'm gonna use these ones, test fit it, and in the meantime I'm gonna get a new, you know, passenger side axle. Got the timing set and good on that last night. And yeah, I gotta tap a bolt on the side of the motor because originally this motor cracked the water pump because the motor mount broke and there's the up and down force of it, you know. It cracked the water pump. But yeah, we got some more parts here. They fit the CRV hubs and stuff, so we're getting in a good direction. So my next step's going to be, you know, really getting after getting these mounts made. Now I have these axles. I can see where I can position the motor, you know, from side to side. And it's going to be good. It's going to be a good deal. Alrighty, guys. So today we're going to be showing you, I got some mounts for this thing. And we got the axles. The light want to cooperate. We got axles in there. They're a little binded up right now. Still got it on the cherry picker. Obviously, I'm not going to lift it up too far with the axles like that. So we're getting pretty close to being our final location. I might have to chop a notch out of my front subframe here just to clear the exhaust. But it's looking like the axles might be a little bit too long, which those being too long means I'm just going to have to raise the motor so they're, you know, not binding up. But at the same time, you go too high, you're going to get them to bind up like that, and they're just going to snap. So we might have to come forward with it. But we are figuring it out along the way, and yeah. But we got some 5 lug on the front now. Don't mind the tires. I gotta swap those tires off that rim to this one. Same with the other side. The other side's pretty treacherous. But yeah, we're getting after. All right, guys. So I left off right there in the garage and stuff. Basically, I'm just gonna end this video here. My next video is going to be more in detail about how I'm building the mounts and stuff, and then what I do about the axles being too long. I think I'm just going to chop the driver's side just a little bit because, you know, the video I seen that gave me the inspiration to do this, the dude ended up making his own custom axles and stuff, and I kind of am just probably going to have to end up doing the same thing, chopping the driver's side shaft, putting a tube around it, putting some plug welds to it, and then hoping that holds, you know. That's really my biggest concern with all of this is, like, you know, me not breaking parts. You know, I went through breaking a lot of axles and stuff, you know, with the Accord, but the reason I was breaking axles is because I had, you know, stock motor mounts, you know, and the motor wanted to jump out of the hood. Just Honda didn't do a great great job designing the V6 mounts, you know, in that, you know, or into the factory car, you know. So basically, yeah, I'm making my own mounts out of like those ones I bought there. Those are solid mounts, you know. They're not like the stock mount that is just rubber with some oil in the bottom of it. You know, they're gonna hold a little bit stronger. So yeah, I just wanted to come on here and say that I'm gonna end this video here, and hope you guys look forward to the next upcoming video, which will probably be in a week or so. More or less, I've boiled my list down of parts I need to get it in there. It's to a minimum. I think the only thing else I need to, you know, finish off me running to the junkyard or pull apart or something. I never made it down there for the wheelbarrow sale. I still need to get the harness that runs from the dash to the key, from the key through the dash to the ECU, you know, and then I need to get the little fuse box that's underneath the steering column and stuff. But the list is coming to an end, and you know, anybody that's watching, I appreciate your support. I would say I'm doing it for you guys, but really I'm doing it for myself. I want to have fun. You know, this is going to be my summer of fun. I want to take this car out, you know. I want to see what it does as test and tune, just naturally aspirated. After that, I might put some nitrous on it until that motor, you know, blocks up or burns some valves or something, just to have fun with it. And next winter, you know, I'll probably find something else. Like, I kind of want to J-swap something else, something lighter, you know. The Accord's cool, the Civic's going to be cooler, hopefully, but there's going to be a next step after that. Now, the Accord, I'm a little bit behind on my process with that. I started the, you know, V6 swap on the Civic. You know, that put a halter on me finishing up the Accord here with the How check and stuff. And but one thing on that project is I do have a dude out in Pennsylvania that's got a full turbo header for 450 bucks. I'm about to try to swing up there and grab that. I might need to swap the trans out of this Accord. It's making some noise, but I did go get those bearings and stuff, so, you know, I'm covering all my bases here. But essentially, everybody that tunes in, I appreciate it. I love the support. You know, leave a comment, a like, and share it to someone. Maybe they subscribe. But I'm gonna end that video off here. Thanks for tuning in to JRC Builds. Have a great day, and I hope everybody had great holidays.
Give a fuck about a motherfucking Toyota V-Tech till I die, till I roll over. Flip the clutch on a hoe, roll on you. You think you got me, but it ain't